Hello and welcome to Spotlight Report. I'm Jean Newell, and with me today is Chris and Phil Hoffman from Warm Me Ups. They have a very unique company and a very unique message. Thank you for coming today to our show, and I'd like to learn more about your company. And again, I appreciate you being here.
Well, Jean, thank you. We're big fans, and we've looked forward to meeting you for a long time. Warm Me Ups is a 12-year-old manufacturer of reusable, microwavable, therapeutic and comfort products. I guess what differentiates us from other companies is that our products will stay warm for up to 3 hours after being heated. And we don't use seeds, we don't use grains, so they won't mildew. So there are no masking agents like eucalyptus or other masking scents.
I know I'm very familiar with your products because I've used Warm Me Ups, and I can say that they really stay. I can't believe how long they stay hot. 3-4 hours anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
In fact, you have a couple here I'd like to take a look at. One of them here that you have heated up.
This was heated 2.5 hours ago.
I know it. I always am really astounded how hot this is, and yet it's 2 hours ago you heated this.
2.5 hours ago.
I know this is for the hands, and you have hand warmers, and let's go ahead and look at a couple of the other ones while we have them here.
We have hand warmers. We have foot warmers.
A foot warmer, right?
We have a neck warmer.
Uh-huh. Let me try that neck warmer.
Try the neck warmer.
Actually, that would go with my outfit
No, I
today.
think
Definitely. Allow me.
All right. Oh, yes. See that? Oh, that's nice.
Chris
Great.
designed that.
Really?
And it's designed not only to be used on your neck, but you can use it on your shoulder. You can use it on your knee.
Wrap it around your
You know,
knee. Absolutely.
it's a multi-use product, and we've had some really, really good comments from folks.
Well, I know that you've shared with me how many letters you get from people that say the comfort of heat and how that it's really therapeutic for them, and it makes them feel so much better even if they're on medication or they get off medication. Elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, Chris is a registered nurse, and,
Right.
and she really has a deep insight into the therapeutic uses of the products.
Right.
So
Chris, tell us about
Jean
Well, absolutely. I'd be happy to. Patients that I see on a daily basis, so many of them suffer from a variety of conditions that can benefit from heat therapy.
Sure.
We have diabetics, people with autoimmune diseases like lupus and fibromyalgia, and not to mention the countless number of people that suffer from the various forms of arthritis. In fact, one of our sons has a severe form of rheumatoid arthritis to where he is literally disabled by it, and he uses the Warm Me Ups to help with his back pain and the different aches and pains that are associated with that, with the joint pain from arthritis. So I am always astounded at how many different areas can benefit from the use of heat, whether it's a sports injury. Now, I will say, and we say this again in all of our literature, please do not use any type of heat therapy before consulting with your doctor, because we want to make sure that you will get the full benefit from it. So check it out first, but then give it a try.
And also, they can be in the refrigerator. They can be for cooling as well as heating.
They can be cooled, absolutely.
Don't freeze it because it'll take days to unthaw. But put it in the refrigerator.
Right.
And just if you use cold therapy, just keep it in there. Keep one in there. And every time you take it out, you'll put it on, and instantly you'll say, that's not really cold. And then it stays cold for hours. It's not that burning cold that you get from ice, where you have to take it off and your trousers or your dress or your pants or leg is wet. You know, this is a very, very cooling, soothing cold.
It's gentle.
Oh, it's a gentle.
And we've talked a little bit about the therapeutic aspect of the product, but let's not forget, this just brings a lot of comfort to people. We have clients who will take these, warm them up, and put them in their bed. And you can imagine on the cold winter nights how wonderful it is to just crawl into bed and have these wonderful little heating pads there waiting for you, and they will sleep with them all night long. And I know that for myself, if my hands are cold or my feet are cold, I just can't seem to get warm. And so it's wonderful when they are cold that I can heat up my foot warmers heat up my hand warmers, and just sit and relax and enjoy the warmth and comfort that they bring me.
Well, I know there's a lot of people that, like you said, even if you just snuggle up, even if you don't need it for therapeutic, just to have it on you at night. It brings
Absolutely.
such a relief. It's kind of like the comfort of a nice warm blanket. But this is, I just love my Warm Me Ups. And I have neighbors that also love the hand warmers because they have arthritis. But I see a new product here that I'd like you to talk about as your new camouflage product.
Well, this is our camouflage cordless heating pad. And one of the advantages to this is it'll stay warm for 3 hours, and you don't need a cord. It doesn't turn on and turn off and turn
Right.
on and turn off, and you won't burn yourself with it. If you heat it to a comfortable temperature over a period of hours, that heat will gradually dissipate, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. We have a long tie and family ties to the military.
Yes.
And we've decided that we're going to make a camouflage product in honor of the military and in honor of the Wounded Warriors Project, a project that we support and stand behind very much.
I know a lot of people may not be familiar with Wounded Warriors. Could you elaborate a little bit of what they do for the veterans when they come home?
Well, one of the things that I am just, as I travel throughout the country, one of the things that I am so pleased to see is the way that our nation has united to treat
Absolutely.
our veterans. The men and women that serve overseas and have made great sacrifices are now viewed as heroes and heroines.
Right.
And I cannot tell you what that does to me. I was in an airport in Atlanta when a group of soldiers were coming home, and there were thousands, 2,000 or 3,000 people gathered to welcome them. And those were people who were conservatives, liberals, libertarians, middle-of-the-road people. They all came together. And Wounded Warriors takes the families of our wounded warriors and helps them. They may help a wounded warrior get an automobile that he can drive because he has no legs. My son, our son, was wounded in Afghanistan. He's had 2 surgeries. He's fully recovered. And I was talking with him on the phone the other day, and he ran into a fellow who had deployed with him and was sent to another area of Afghanistan. He reached out to shake his hand. The boy had no arm.
Oh,
We cannot do enough for these people.
that's right. Well, I don't think people realize that they do have ways to participate. And you as a company are participating with some of your revenue. Would you expand on what you're doing for Wounded Warriors?
Chris and I have decided to give a portion of our gross proceeds,
Right.
not our profits, not our net, not after expenses, but every dollar that comes in, we're going to give a portion of that to the Wounded Warriors Project. And we intend to continue to do that until there is no longer a need for wounded warriors.
Well, I know I appreciate that, and our American public, I know, would appreciate that too. Share with them how they would find out more about the Wounded Warriors Project.
Well, you can go up on the Wounded Warriors website, which is woundedwarriors.org, and they will tell you everything that you might want to know about the project and all the various services that they provide. It is a wonderful organization. We wholeheartly support them and the work that they
Absolutely.
do.
And what is your website to find out more about Warm Me Ups?
Well, our website is www.warmmeups, one word, WARMMEUPS.com.
And I don't think we discussed this, but where are Warm Me Ups made?
They're made 100% in the United States.
Great.
We make nothing outside of this country. We make every effort anytime that we are looking for a supplier to find a supplier in the United States. That doesn't mean that occasionally we don't have to buy something offshore, but only if it's not made here.
Well, I really appreciate you being here today, sharing your story and sharing your mission for Wounded Warriors Project. I just commend you both for having the heart and having the courage to do this with your company. And thank you for joining us today on Spotlight Report. I'm Jean Newell saying I'll see you next time, and don't forget to live your passion.